help us understand or to define gentle parenting, why you think it's become so popular and especially popular? Because this is a culture and it started out in the culture. So it's not like this, thing that we found in scripture and, we've taken it and really developed it from scripture and now we've shared it with the culture. Quite opposite. This is something that the culture has developed and defined, and we've taken it and brought it into the church. So
Mm.
what is it and why do you think it's so popular, especially in churches?
Well, okay, so even what you just said, some people would disagree with you and say, "No, Monique, this is okay, gentle parenting is not prescribed in the scripture per se." But Monique, we are supposed to be gentle and loving to our kids. And so this is actually the approach that is the most appropriate approach for a Christian parent. So I'm glad you're starting with definitions because this is where we always need to start so that your listeners are clear on what we mean when we use the phrase gentle parenting. Gentle parenting can be summed up in 4 words, and this will be a pattern with gentle parenters. But here's her 4 words. Empathy. Parents keep child's feelings in mind as much as possible. So your child's feelings are kept in the forefront. The key here is really thinking, would I like if someone did this to me? If the answer is no, then why would you do this to your child? The second value in gentle parenting is respect. Okay, what does she define as respect? She said, respecting your child as much as you would respect any adult. We constantly tell our children what to do, what they like, dislike, and perhaps worst of all, the constant be quiet commands. So this, she says, is opposite of respecting your child. The third thing she says is understanding. So sounds good. What does she mean by understanding? Well, she says, as a gentle parenter, you should not only aim to understand your child's behavior and communication, but to communicate with them that they can understand us. And most importantly, understand what is normal for the child at any given age. And so there's understanding is a big push with gentle parenting, that you understand your child, their feelings, what's going on, and that you can help them understand where you're coming from. Okay, the fourth one is boundaries. Now, Sarah Ockwell-Smith argues that boundaries is a part of gentle parenting. Some of the criticism, I think you mentioned, is that gentle parenting means kids just do whatever they want. Well, gentle parenters will say, absolutely not. That is not what we're advocating for. This is what she says. Gentle parenting is not permissive parenting. Children do not always get their own way. Parents do not say yes all the time, scared to upset if they say no. In fact, often they are more strict with more boundaries in place than other parents. Okay, so that's Sarah Ockwell-Smith's definition. The Cleveland Clinic has done a lot of research on gentle parenting, and they seem favorable to it, just to add that note. And they say that the goal of gentle parenting is to raise confident, independent, happy children through empathy, there's that word, respect, understanding, and setting healthy boundaries. This parenting style focuses largely on age-appropriate development. And so the Cleveland Clinic goes on to say, instead of focusing on punishment and reward, now here's some practical part to it. Gentle parenting focuses on improving a child's self-awareness and understanding of their own behavior. It's like the idea of like a coach for your kid rather than a punisher for your kid. And then parents.com is another source, but they talk about gentle parenting is collaborative parenting. It's a style of parenting where parents do not compel their children to behave by ways of punishment or control, but rather through connection, communication, and other democratic methods to make decisions together as a family.
I hear the empathy a lot. I think this word is exploding right now. Empathy is turning out to be one of the highest goods in our culture right
Mm.
now. So how can we be empathetic as Christians? Always focusing on the feelings of the other person.
And yeah, I think this empathy thing is particularly difficult for moms to navigate. And this is why I think it draws so many mothers in. And just statistically, this is a mom movement, gentle parenting. This is not, a lot of dads are kind of left to the wayside when it comes to gentle parenting. And that's why social media, you had asked before, how did it get so popular? There's no question that gentle parenting has gotten popular through social media. And we know that women and men are affected by social media differently. But women, by far are watching these parenting Instagram videos, these parenting TikTok videos. And the reason I think it's gotten popular is because it's these real quick things of, hey, mom, do you have a 3-year-old that's having tantrums? Here's something you can do.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't want like 2 minutes of advice that could potentially change your household?
Yeah.
And so it's like these really quick, like, hey, mom, do this, and this will change your kid's future forever. Like, if you do this, your kids won't struggle with the issues you do. And it's like, oh, wow, I could watch a 2-minute Instagram video and help my kid that much. Who's not going to want to do that?
Yeah.
And so that is definitely the appeal.
Hey, if you enjoyed this content, come check out the Center for Biblical Unity. Download our free ebook, Is Christianity a White Man's Religion? Click on the link in the description below.